Whose story is this anyway? And what if the story you've been telling yourself isn't even true? Have you ever been halfway through your life or just your Monday morning and thought, wait a second, whose script is this? You know, the one that says, play it safe, stay in your lane, you're not qualified, you can't wear running shoes to a board meeting. We all carry around these invisible second-hand scripts. We didn't write them, but we perform them, like we're auditioning for a Netflix reboot of Mediocrity, the series. But what if that script, the one running your life, isn't even true? What if the story you've been telling yourself is outdated, inherited, or way overdue for a rewrite? I know what you're thinking. Okay, but some of these stories feel true. Fair? So did mine. For years, I followed a script someone else handed me. Work harder, achieve more, never say no, and definitely don't ask, why am I doing this? Then one day, somewhere between missing a flight and misplacing my sanity, I asked a new question. Not how do I fix my schedule? Not why do I keep saying yes to things I dread, but this. What if the story I've been telling myself isn't even true? That question changed everything. It wasn't therapy. It wasn't caffeine. It was curiosity. Once I stopped accepting my story as a fixed truth, I started asking better questions. What actually lights me up? What if I don't want balance, I want impact? What if success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters? And here's the kicker. The answers didn't come from a retreat in Bali or a juice cleanse. They came from an evidence-based framework called the 4 Ws, developed by Jean Liedtke. This isn't about mood boards and mantras. This is about evidence-based strategies that drive real change in care and in culture. It's about confronting assumptions, rethinking possibilities, designing bold, unscripted futures. I partnered with the founder, got certified as a design thinking group facilitator, and co-authored the book showcasing bold reinventions from Purdue, Rush, Bayer, Roche, and more. These weren't people with time to waste. These were people navigating complex change, regulation, uncertainty, and still rewriting their futures. Think of the 4 Ws as your leadership headlamp, cutting through the fog so you don't trip over the same old thinking. What is? What's actually happening? What if? What could be possible? What wows? What inspires and motivates? And what works? What's sustainable and real? I've used it to guide teams, leaders, even entire organizations to stop reciting old scripts and start designing the next chapter with intention. Here's what I've learned. The future isn't inherited. It's imagined, it's designed, it's built, starting with the stories we dare to rewrite. No need to burn it all down. Just stop auditioning for someone else's drama. If you've been stuck playing overwhelmed professional number 6, it's time to flip the script and start your starring role. So I'll ask you again, what if the story you've been telling yourself isn't even true? What if your real story, the one waiting off stage, is bigger, bolder, and better than you imagined? Because bold futures don't come pre-written. They're designed by people who ask what if and what is my unscripted future.